Hello, everybody. Today is September 25th. I'm here in Connecticut, USA, and soon you will be listening to this on September 29th, as this is pre-recorded. And this is very exciting today for me and for many others who will be watching this today. And if you are listening to it afterwards, please go ahead and share this big news that I'm about to share with you, and many of you already know. So today we're going to be talking about our kingdom stays. 2 weeks ago I presented with Doves for Peace, Our Kingdom Comes. And before we get started today, let's take time to recognize our great Doves for Peace and its founder, Reverend Brother Sean Bradley, and light your candle as I have lit mine, as you can see behind me. Hopefully you can see the beautiful crystals and the angels delivering messages of love and light. And light your candle inside. And if you stay with me to the end, and I promise today will be shorter than we usually do with Sanetha, if that's at all possible. But there are so many great things to come in this message today, so allow me to get going. If you've lit your candle inside, you will feel the warmth. And we'll talk about what we did discuss 2 weeks ago about your company coming from heaven. Thy kingdom comes. The company of heaven arriving to your home. And what message could this possibly be for us? And think about for a minute, what does it mean to you when I say, where is home? When we go home, when we go to the company of our home, what is our kingdom and who is coming? And during that message 2 weeks ago, I talked about us preparing so many things for the kingdom of heaven arriving in your home, our hearts. And during the last 2 weeks, I'm sure many of you, like me, have been going through so much, reaching down deep with this company who has come to our home. The company that has come to our home has challenged us to dig deep as we can, bringing up as many of the unwanted negative energies, unsettled karma, energy that we need to let go if we are to keep our company. And we each choose if our company is to stay or if we send it on its way. And if you're listening to this today, and whenever it is that you're listening to it, you have been guided to receive a message that you are on the path to receive your company and to make the choices of whether you would like your company to stay forever and ever, or if you are not ready, if you would like to let go of that company, if you feel you have unfinished business in this earth plane, in this lifetime, while living in a physical body before you reincarnate without leaving your body. So these messages you can hear by my voice today and the information that I have already given you, that this is not to be taken lightly. I have spoken many times about the waves of energy that are and have been sweeping across our planet Earth. And they have been coming in bits and pieces. And there have been spiritual beings of light who have been assisting us so that we can acclimate these new energies. And depending on where you are on your path, has allowed you to be able to absorb more or less. And there's no right place and no wrong place. You are exactly where you are on your path because that is exactly where you are supposed to be. And I am here, like many others, to help you move through it with grace and ease. And there is absolutely nothing easy about it, as you know, as I know. So let's go back a couple of weeks, or 3 or 4, or the whole year or more, and think about the processes that you have been going through, that we have been going through together as a collective, and try to understand and come to terms with all that has happened to you in the last month, in the last year, in the last 5 years. Let's go all the way back 10 years or more. But when I think about 10 years ago, when I came across this knowledge that I would be delivering messages that I have inside of me, I can remember clearly about the terrible storms here in the US, and in particular, the storm called Katrina, where many of us were dumbfounded, not knowing what to do, what could we do, and why did this happen to those people, and why were we feeling what we were feeling at that time. It was an opening. It was an opening for many of us to open our hearts, to begin the process, to get on the road, the path to where we are today. And so over those years, many things have happened to you. People have left this earth that are close to you. You have come into illness and overcome illness. People that are very close to you are sick, and you have been there by their side. Many chose to leave, and many chose to stay. As we each have our own oil, our will within us, our will to choose our path. And nobody can choose this for us. We have to choose ourselves. So congratulations to all of you who are here listening to this message today. Let us review the last 2 weeks of when our kingdom of heaven, the company of heaven, arrived. And this being September 25th, and the full moon yet to arrive on the eve of the 27th or the 28th, depending on where you live, on this beautiful place called Earth. The Earth reincarnating without leaving her body. The Earth has decided to stay. There were many souls who arrived at this time on our Earth so we could raise the vibration, raise our vibration, raise the light, expand our consciousness enough so that there would be enough light to help her break through the final seal, and let the trumpets blow, for we are here. But during that process, the last 2 weeks, they have been deep wounds coming to surface, emotional outbreaks. And many of you who are still holding on to this emotion within you, who are holding severe pains throughout your body. These are simply pains that are within you until you allow the emotions to move through you. Emotions that are difficult for you to bring forth to the surface because you fear the pain, the suffering that you may endure, that others may see come through you. I assure you, dear ones, that this is a process. And it is time to go to that place. Allow the company of heaven to arrive in your home to help you through the most difficult times. And if we allow them to help us, we will have the strength to help others. And here in the United States, today, the Pope has come to speak to the world. And many of you have been listening to him live, and the messages have been clear. Many messages that will open the hearts and souls of so many here on the earth. And may I remind you, if you don't know me, and if you haven't listened to my words before, that I am not attached to any religious entity. I have lived out many lifetimes in many religions. In this lifetime, it was decided amongst us and my own choosing that I would be a spiritual being existing in a human body, not attached to any specific religion. But as I listened to the Pope the last few days, I am thrilled to know that the messages that he is delivering is for you, it's for all of us, so that we can be reminded that we are here for each other. And when we help each other, we help all that is. By taking care of ourselves and reaching out to our neighbors, our friends, our family, holding their hands through difficult times, and laughing in joy and happiness, looking forward to peace and love and light. That is in the horizon, dear ones, as we move through this incredible, energetic wave of light that is about to hit the planet. Many will not be able to navigate this wave of energy, but there are many like me who have been practicing, working with the energy, navigating, so that I can hold my hand out to you and be there ready to show you the way. And isn't it fitting today, as being September the 29th, and this will be my last scheduled program for Doves for Peace, although I will be popping in from time to time with messages of love and light when needed. But today I will discuss a little bit about my journey, our journey, and what we can expect from here. And it began with my book, The Kingdom of Heaven Within the Holy Book of the Great Invisible Spirit, a book that was delivered to me, to my soul, an awakening of me not knowing what to do with information that was delivered to me, my discovering my previous lifetime being less than 5 months between lives, and me not ever having a past life regression, and me, Sanetha, not even concerned about past lives or reincarnation. Me, Sanetha, who always believed in past lives and reincarnation, suddenly received information that soon would be downloaded into a book. And during the process, I was reminded by my spiritual team, who have always been with me, who I have always talked to tell you that you too have a spiritual team. You too have guides and angels all around you who are ready to help you, holding their hand out until you come into your own angelic self, your higher self, until you find your way on the path so that you can be a light, a beacon in the oceans of gigantic waves for others, so that you can reach out to those in need, and so that you may expand your consciousness, and so that you may become one with yourself, with your higher self, to access gifts and abilities that are within you. We are God sparks. We are the universe. We are the galaxy. Everything is right here inside of us. And it's a huge process. It's a big journey. It's not an easy one. And it was never intended to be an easy journey. For this way, when we each found our way, that once we find that it's becoming pure, letting go of all of negative energy, all of the darkness. And when we walk through the darkness, through the forest, through the trees, so that we can be seen. And it is only until we have done the work that we can be seen, that we can help ourselves, that we can help others. And let this messages that are being delivered this week by the Pope who himself has much work to do, and he is a light, and he knows so much more than he is sharing with you, the world. But read between the lines, dear ones. The messages are there. The golden rule he spoke of. Do unto others like you would like done unto yourself. These are big words. This is a huge message. And if most of the world, the people living on this earth in all of the countries, could just take that message for just a second and put those words in your heart and close your eyes and feel, what would that look like? What does that mean? So today, I will do a meditation, and we will go to that place where we can find each other, where we can see the light and know what our purpose is, what our place is, where we will go from here. So let's take a minute right now, dear ones, and close your eyes and come with me on a short journey to show you where we are going and what we can do. So breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. And as you do this, breathing in and out, slowly letting go, relax your shoulders, relax your head, your eyes, your ears, relax your entire body, and envision a star above your head. And envision the star above your head is your higher self, who is connected to your heart, your soul, your body. And as I write in the book, we are spiritual beings. We are dimensional. We have many aspects to ourselves. We are the 12 tribes, the 10 lost tribes of Israel. Israel, Mother, Father, God. We are all. We are one. And we have come to this time where we have prepared our place, our temple, our home, our heart for the company of heaven. We have spent days, months, years, decades, many lifetimes to reach this point on our earth, our Mother Earth, who was the lowest dimension in the entire universe, has finally raised her consciousness because we were able to help her birth into the new fifth dimension, where we will celebrate, where we will see peace and joy and happiness, where we will help one another up the stairs, up the ladder, up Jacob's ladder, to find those lost tribes. We will become one with all of our 12 aspects. The journey has just begun. We have so much to celebrate. And as we come into this new full blood moon, we will celebrate with a feast. And we will be in the field, holding our hands out to all those who wish to be on the top of the ladder. And I have spoken many times, it is not about levels. It is about a place on the path, a place where you left off before your last incarnation. And we have returned in this incarnation to be here at this very exciting time in our history, where we will become one, one with ourselves and one with each other. And collectively, as we help one another, we can do so much more. It's going to be exciting to see the lights come on all over the earth. As one by one, we hold our hands and we help those who need to clear the hay, who need to let go, who need to find their way. And as you have prepared for the company of heaven within your heart, letting go of the sadness, letting go of grief, letting go of judgment and doubt, and knowing that you are here and that it is real, and it is time for the old cycle to be done with. Close the door, open the new door, and instead of just looking around or turning around and running, do not hide, do not fear. For when you walk through that door, love and light is near, and you are going to have the most amazing beginning life, reincarnating into the new light. And the company who came to you a few weeks ago, a few years ago, who have been working with you, who have helped you get to where you are here today. And may I have shown you gratitude to all those who have been in my life, energetically and in the physical, especially to those who have had the most difficult time, and the ones who had to play the roles that would make me show anger, show disappointment, show grief, show hatred. For those souls who have seemed like you never wanted to see them again, they agreed with you to be here so that you can move through to the next place on your path in this physical. Show them gratitude, let go, and know that you need to be here and to help them. And may there be others who could reach out to them if they cannot reach out to you, to help them, and nobody will be left behind. For all of God's children will walk through those doors, through the golden gates of home, right here on earth. Nobody has to leave their body to reach home unless you choose. We have so much to live for. You need to spread the word. And all it takes is to hold one another's hands, to help one another in our individual families, in our communities, in our countries. And as each country comes together and becomes one and puts down their guns and swords, and lifts up their hands and becomes one. And as we move through time, and this won't happen suddenly, but it takes one soul at a time, and it begins with you. And so it is. All men, all of us, all men coming together, all men. So thank you, and I will close today with a brief reading from my book, and it will be fitting. It is at the end of my book, and the end of the book on page 235, titled, "In the beginning, God created heaven and earth." And as we celebrate, heaven has arrived on earth, and for those who choose to walk through those gates and hold your hand out for others to climb up Jacob's ladder, we celebrate together. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. Now the work begins with each of God's children, each God's soul using their oil and seed, our will, making a soul choice to create manna for the feast, manifest for your life, tree of life. Only God's children can create their daily bread, their manna, because God the Creator created the seeds and gave them oil. You choose. No one can choose for you. And you cannot choose for anyone else. You cannot force feed the manna, and you cannot be forced to eat the manna by anyone or anything. It may not be your time or your purpose yet. The soul knows. Some of us will stay to hold the fort down in the old kingdom, while others will climb up the stairway to heaven and hold the door open for others. Don't worry, because worry and fear will hold you back. All of us will come home one by one, and all of us will unite as one when the work is done. Whenever all of us create something new, like a house, temple, kingdom, or our new earth, some souls have to stay back to take care of the old dwellings until the new one is in operation, and the old one is no longer needed. Honor and be thankful for all of thy neighbors, thy family, thy friends, and thy enemies too. Please understand why things had to be the way they were. Pure, unconditional love is what makes the cosmos go round and round. Each soul has a divine purpose, each with a divine plan that has been masterfully planned by all of us collectively. Once you mix your oil with the seeds or the grain, you will make manna. Consume that manna for energy to start your long journey. Home, climb Jacob's ladder, the stairway to heaven on earth, to find the holy book, the Holy Grail. As you go through the pages, one by one, reviewing, changing, removing old beliefs, old systems, old words, and pages of past within your holy book, you, the great invisible spirit, will come to terms and discover the kingdom of heaven, paradise on the new earth. And so it is, the beginning. Thank you, and good day, and good night. And until next time, there'll be so many changes, and so many new ones, and so much light, and so much love.